Today, let's look at creating a listing on Farmshare. So Farmshare is a good place to find and book equestrian services online. First, we'll click List Experience. And now we can see that there's a number of different categories here that we can list on Farmshare. So the first is short stays, which is for horse-friendly accommodation. Then we have trail riding for businesses that offer riding experiences, as well as riding lessons, agistment, and other. Let's say we want to list our place for horse-friendly accommodation. So we'll click short stays and then create experience. So there's two different types of short stays that we can offer. The first is for guests and their horses, or the second is for horses only. Today, let's create one for guests and horses. And then click next. And now we can input our address here. And so this is only visible once users have booked the experience. Before then, it only shows them the general sort of area. Once we're happy with that, we'll click next. And now we can create a title and description for our listing. I'm going to paste one that I prepared earlier. And then once we're happy with that, we'll click next. Now here we can tell the guests a bit more information about our place. So number of guests. So this is how many guests we would like to stay per booking. So let's say we can accept up to 4 people. We have 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and number of horses. So this is how many horses we would like to stay per booking. So let's say we can accept 2 at once. And so this says that we can have 4 people and 2 horses per booking. And then here we can have a few tags here to tell the users a bit more information about our place. So let's say float access, float parking, maybe Wi-Fi and air conditioning. We can pick as many as we want, and once we're happy, we'll click next. Now the platform allows us to add up to 3 rules. Now these are optional, we don't have to add them, but this can be a really good place to communicate with guests a couple of things that are really important to us. So maybe here we can say, please don't park on the grass at the front. These can be anything at all that's important to us. Once we're happy, we'll click next. And now we can add up to 10 pictures of our place. It's best to pick high resolution, good detail quality pictures to make our place stand out. We'll just wait for them to upload. So once they're done uploading, we can also choose if we'd like to make another picture as our cover photo. So we'll click here, make cover. We could also remove a picture if we don't want to include it. Once we're happy with our pictures, we'll click on next. Now we can set a price for our place. So let's say $100 for the night. And we can see here that we're going to earn $100 and our guests will pay $110 because there's that 10% service fee there. So we can see the full breakdown there. Once we're happy with our pricing, we'll click on next. And now we can set the availability for our place. And so this allows us to choose what days our place is available for bookings. And then once the listing is live, our users will be able to come on, find our place, and then book it automatically. So we'll click Set Availability. Now there's a few different things here. So up the top here, starts from and ends on. So this is for what period of time we'd like to make our place available. So maybe we only want to make it available for a month, or we want it available all year round. So for us, let's say we want to make it available for the whole year. So we'll come here and we'll choose up to 2027. Okay. And then we've got days. So this is the days that we'd like our place to be available for bookings. So for most of us, it makes sense. We'll make it available every single day. Or maybe, let's say we want to make it available only on the weekends. We could untick these days and only have the weekends. And then we have our check-in and check-out times. So standard is, say, check-in at 3 p.m., check-out by 11 a.m. We can change that if we need as well. Once we're happy with that, we'll update our availability and we'll give the platform a second to create all those available spots for the next year. Okay, so it looks like it's done that. So we can hit exit. And now we can see here that's generated all these different slots for us. And our users will be able to come in and book those slots if they like. And it's done that over the course of the next year. Now we can always edit our availability whenever we like. So we can do that later, or let's pretend that, we have a day in mind now. We can also do that now. So let's say next Saturday, we'll exclude that day so people can't book it. Once we're all happy, we'll click next. Just double check all our details here, and then we'll click on submit listing. Okay, so that's now live on the Farmshare platform. So our users can come in, they can check that out, and they can book it for whenever they like as well.